I had the most amazing community day that any player could have asked for. That's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. I'm going to be recapping my experiences with Weedle Community Day. And of course, this will be more of a discussion forum because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about regarding community days moving forward. All right, let's get right into it. How's it hanging, everyone? It's me, it's Count here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today I'm going to be talking about my experiences with the Weedle Community Day. This was by far my very best and my most luckiest community day I've ever achieved. I didn't even get that many shinies. In total, I got about 20 shinies out of the entire 6 hours, which comparatively speaking is extremely low, considering that with Abra Community Day I was close to about 50 shinies with the whole 6 hours. But there were so many great things that happened with this community day that I just did not end up caring that I lacked out on shinies. Typically when it comes to community day shinies anyway, I tend to transfer them in mass right after. But yeah, it's just, there were some shinies that I was really glad that I got, and there were a few Pokemon that I was really happy that I got as well. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. I got 3 Beedrills that I'm definitely keeping. These are 3 Beedrills that any player would ask for out of a community day. The first one was a regular hundo. Now, out of my grind, I was constantly searching IV strings with 4 stars so I could check to see if I picked up any 100% IVs along the way. And that is of course because I was transferring in mass while I was farming up those Weedles. And that is because of course I had very limited storage space. But I ended up picking up a 100% Weedle very early on in Community Day. And it was pretty awesome doing that 4-star search string and not expecting to get anything, but then having that one Weedle pop up with the blue aura around it. That pretty much means I was able to lock in at least a perfect IV Weedle throughout this community day. Now, of course, Weedle is not necessarily going to be meta breaking. Like having a perfect IV Beedrill is not going to win you any matchups in PvP. It's not going to win you any raids. But as a collector, I really wanted a hundo of every single community day Pokemon. And of course, Weedle is one of those Pokemon that I was able to get. There's nothing too special about it. It's basically a collector's item. It's not like I'm going to ever use a perfect IV Beedrill in PvP. But yeah, that brings us to the second Pokemon that I want to highlight from yesterday's community day. And that is a Great League 100% PvP IV Beedrill. Yes, one of the several hundred Weedles that I caught yesterday was the coveted IVs. It had 0, 13, and 14. And I was ecstatic about this. I was very close to transferring it. And I really think that Niantic should add search strings for specific IVs. Maybe they already did, and I just don't know about it. But yeah, I almost transferred this Pokemon, and it turned out to be a perfect Great League PvP Pokemon. So I'm really ecstatic about that. Now, out of all of the IVs that I could get, getting a hundo was pretty nice. This was the one particular IV that I was really hoping for, only because if you think about Beedrill, its only real use is going to be in the Great League. And with Drill Run expected to make a huge impact, I really wanted to get a really nice PvP IV Beedrill, so I'm really happy about this particular catch. As awesome as these 2 Pokemon were, it does not compare to the third Pokemon that I got throughout Community Day, and that is of course a Shundo Weedle. Yes, that's right, I was able to get a perfect IV shiny Weedle throughout this community day. I'm super stoked about it. It's my 4th Shundo that I've ever gotten, and of course earlier this year I got my 3rd Shundo, which is of course Minccino, through the special research day. I was ecstatic about that as it were. I was pretty much thinking that was my Shundo for the year. But I was able to pick up another Shundo through this community day, and I'm super excited about that because of course we do have Mega Beedrill right around the corner, which means I'm going to have a Shundo Mega Beedrill that I could potentially use. Now earlier this year I set out with specific goals. I wanted to get 3 Shundos by the end of the year, but of course that was a bit of a stretch goal. I wasn't sure if I was even going to get 1 Shundo, and of course with Minccino getting that Shundo, that was already pretty satisfactory enough. But the fact that I was able to get a second Shundo this year means that I'm on track to actually completing that goal. So the point of me saying that is make sure you set up some really nice lofty goals and maybe you will meet them. Now, like I mentioned at the top of this video, I have a couple of thoughts regarding community days, especially community days moving forward. Of course, we've had a big shakeup with how community days are this year, and it's all because of COVID-19. So a lot of what they've been doing with community days right now have been really positive for community days. Of course, we got an extension. It's 3 hours longer than it typically is, and they did a lot with incense. Incense are pretty much always going to be at least 3 hours long, and then of course with incense, they're spawning one Pokemon every minute. Now, I really like this format for community day, and I kind of wish it becomes a staple. And the reason why I say that is because community day just seems a lot better than it used to be. Of course, now you have the capability of playing from home. You have Pokemon that will constantly bring you Pokeballs. You have incense that are spawning Pokemon per minute. It's definitely a lot better depending on what players' situations are. It's extremely flexible to people's circumstances. Like for example, for myself, I'm not able to do most community days now that I work on the weekends. So on Sundays, if a community day is on Sunday, pretty much every other month, I'm pretty much SOL. I cannot go out and play. So I miss out on a lot of great shinies. I miss out on a lot of great Pokemon. But now that they've had this whole COVID-19 format, I'm able to pop an incense and just play from my desk, and I'm able to collect Pokemon and participate in community day even though I'm not able to go out. I really like this format, and I really hope that Niantic considers keeping it around. And of course, the reason why I say this is because before COVID-19, we've seen a drastic decline in interest when it comes to community day. I think this system is pretty old. They haven't really iterated too much on it. They're experimenting with a lot of different things this year, of course, but I feel like it hasn't done much to gain a lot of interest with community days. But when it came to these bonuses, when it came to these quarantine bonuses, players were actually a lot more interested in community days once again. Even players who are not able to go outside, they're still able to enjoy a community day. So I really think Niantic should consider making these sort of bonuses permanent. They could balance it out by having community days centered around Pokemon like Weedle. I mean, of course, in the past, we've had a lot of great meta Pokemon in community days like Tyranitar and Metagross, but if they were to tune those down to balance it out for these bonuses, I think it would be okay. And of course, lately we've been having these votes for the community days. I think that's already been a huge plus, but I think they could go a step further by making these bonuses permanent. And of course, they're always going to garner interest if there's Stardust bonuses involved. I think one of the reasons why Weedle Community Day was so popular, even though it's a Pokemon that not a lot of players would necessarily use, it's because of that Stardust bonus. Having a Pokemon like Weedle, which is super easy to catch, alongside a triple Stardust bonus, I think a lot of players were active when it comes to this Community Day, and it's mainly because of that Stardust bonus. So I've been saying this for a long time, but I feel like some sort of Stardust bonus should be a staple with every Community Day. It's definitely going to drive players to go out and play, or play from their home as long as they're participating in this event. I really think Niantic should consider these things moving forward and not be so stingy with their formats. And I do like the fact that they're branching out and trying new things with Community Day. But in general, yeah, I feel like Weedle Community Day was a great blueprint for how Community Day should be moving forward. But we'll just have to wait and see if Niantic has their ears to the ground. But I would love to know your thoughts regarding Community Day and the future of Community Day. Were you enjoying the format of Weedle Community Day? Did you end up getting a lot of great shinies? I would love to know below. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I just wanted to share my experiences with Weedle Community Day and share some of the thoughts that I've had regarding the future of Community Day. So yeah, once again, I really hope you enjoyed it. I am Count Jinsula. Make sure you're safe, have fun, and I'll catch you all later. How's it hanging, everyone? Before I end this video, I want to give a quick plug to my Patreon page. If you want to support this channel, I highly suggest you go and check out the link in the description below. Every little bit helps when it comes to these YouTube videos. So if you want to support this channel, if you love the content that I'm producing and you want to contribute, definitely go and check it out. I have a lot of nice perks, like if you want to be on my permanent friends list, or if you want to get exclusive content or participate and exclusive content that's coming soon. Definitely go and check it out. And to all of my patrons, I thank you for supporting my channel. I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Follow me on social media at Count Jinsula. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, have a great day. I'll catch you all later.